Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into the tangled web of alliances, betrayals, and emotional showdowns that are rocking Port Charles. Strap in as we unravel the latest drama, explore hidden motivations, and analyze the far-reaching consequences of every decision, starting from the most explosive recent developments and working our way backward through the intrigue. Carly's fury and Jason's dilemma, the fallout of a fractured alliance. The latest storm in Port Charles centers on the explosive confrontation between Carly Spencer and Jason Morgan. After Willow Corinthos made a surprising request of Jason, Carly's world was thrown into chaos. She perceives Jason's willingness to mediate as a deep betrayal, believing he should be unwaveringly loyal to Michael Corinthos, her son. Carly's anger isn't just personal, it's strategic. She's convinced that any compromise would weaken her position in the ongoing custody and family disputes. This sense of betrayal is compounded by her belief that Jason's involvement will only embolden Willow's agenda, threatening the delicate balance of power in the Corinthos family dynamic. From a psychological perspective, Carly's reaction is rooted in her long-standing need for control and loyalty within her inner circle. Her history is marked by fierce protectiveness and a zero-tolerance policy for perceived disloyalty. Jason's attempt to serve as a go-between is, in her eyes, an unforgivable act that could permanently fracture their bond. This situation also highlights the soap opera trope of shifting alliances and the ever-present risk of betrayal, which keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Willow's risky plea, seeking balance amid chaos. Willow's decision to approach Jason is a calculated gamble. She recognizes Jason's reputation as a stabilizing force, someone who can de-escalate Carly's temper and navigate the treacherous waters of family politics. Willow's request is not just about seeking personal peace, it's a strategic maneuver to protect her children and ensure their well-being in the face of escalating hostilities. This move reveals Willow's evolution from a passive participant to a proactive strategist. By appealing to Jason, she's attempting to broker a compromise that could satisfy both her needs and those of the broader family. The request also underscores the recurring soap opera theme of unlikely alliances, where former adversaries must join forces for the greater good, only to discover that trust is a fragile commodity. Drew's bold moves and Willow's doubts, the legal guardian twist. Drew Kane's insistence on becoming the legal guardian of Wiley Quartermain and Amelia Corinthos if tragedy strikes Willow is a bold assertion of his commitment. He's positioned himself as the children's protector, vowing that neither Carly nor anyone else will interfere. Willow, initially persuaded by Drew's assurances, now finds herself second-guessing her decision. The legal paperwork, once a source of comfort, has become a source of anxiety. This subplot is rich with dramatic potential. Drew's actions may be interpreted as either noble or manipulative, depending on one's perspective. His determination to safeguard the children could mask deeper ambitions or unresolved feelings for Willow. The legal maneuvering also introduces questions about autonomy, trust, and the true meaning of family, a classic soap opera conundrum that invites viewers to question each character's motives. Michael's recovery and the looming custody battle. Meanwhile, Michael Corinthos is on the mend, and his return to full strength threatens to upend the fragile arrangements surrounding his children. Michael's protective instincts are legendary, and he's unlikely to relinquish control of Wiley and Amelia to Drew or anyone else without a fight. The prospect of a custody battle looms large, with Michael's recovery acting as a catalyst for renewed conflict. This development sets the stage for a high-stakes legal and emotional showdown. The children's futures hang in the balance, and every character is forced to confront their own priorities and allegiances. The tension is further heightened by the possibility that Willow's earlier decisions may have unintended consequences, potentially alienating her from both Michael and Carly. Nina's SOS and the escalation of hostilities. Nina Reeves plays a pivotal role as the instigator of Jason's intervention. Her call for help prevented Carly and Willow's confrontation from turning physical, but it also escalated the underlying tensions. Nina's involvement is emblematic of the soap opera tradition of outside forces catalyzing internal drama. Her actions, while ostensibly aimed at de-escalation, may have sown the seeds for even greater discord. Nina's character arc is defined by her complex relationships with both Willow and Carly. Her decision to involve Jason reflects her own strategic calculations and her desire to influence the outcome of the family conflict. This layer of intrigue adds depth to the narrative, as viewers are left to wonder whether Nina's motives are entirely altruistic or subtly self-serving. The fierce showdown, Carly vs. Willow. The confrontation between Carly and Willow was a masterclass in soap opera intensity. Fueled by past grievances and present fears, their argument teetered on the edge of violence before Jason's timely arrival. This scene encapsulated the emotional volatility that defines the genre. Accusations flew, threats were made, and the future of the children became a bargaining chip in a much larger power struggle. Such showdowns are the lifeblood of daytime drama. They provide catharsis for both characters and viewers, allowing deep-seated resentments to surface and setting the stage for future plot twists. The unresolved nature of their conflict ensures that the storyline remains dynamic, with new revelations and betrayals always just around the corner. Jack Brennan's calculations and the unpredictable future. Jack Brennan, ever the strategist, believes that Carly's aggressive tactics will provoke Drew and ultimately set him up for failure. Brennan's analysis is a reminder that every move in Port Charles is scrutinized and subject to reinterpretation. His perspective introduces an element of suspense, as viewers are left to speculate about the true trajectory of the custody battle and the fate of the Corinthos children. Brennan's role as an observer and commentator mirrors the audience's own experience, constantly analyzing, predicting, and reacting to the unfolding drama. His insights also serve as a narrative device, providing context and foreshadowing future developments. Soap opera structure, the power of cliffhangers and endless drama. The structure of these intertwined storylines is no accident. Soap operas are designed to keep viewers coming back for more, employing cliffhangers, dramatic reversals, and overlapping character arcs to maintain momentum. Each episode ends with a tantalizing question or unresolved conflict, ensuring that the audience is always eager to see what happens next. This relentless pacing and narrative complexity are hallmarks of the genre. Characters evolve, alliances shift, and no resolution is ever truly final. The perpetual motion of the plot mirrors the real-life unpredictability of relationships and family dynamics, making the stories both relatable and endlessly fascinating. Invented analysis: what if the tables turn? Let's imagine an alternate scenario. What if Willow's plea to Jason sparks a secret alliance between Jason and Drew, united by their shared desire to protect the children from Carly's influence? Such a twist could introduce a new axis of power in Port Charles, forcing Carly to reconsider her strategies and perhaps even seek an unlikely partnership with Nina. Alternatively, suppose Michael's recovery is not as complete as it seems, leading to a crisis of confidence that makes him vulnerable to manipulation by outside forces. This could open the door for a new antagonist to emerge, perhaps a previously minor character with a hidden agenda, further complicating the custody battle and raising the stakes for everyone involved. Conclusion: the never-ending saga. As we've seen, the drama in Port Charles is far from over. Every decision, every alliance, and every confrontation sets off a chain reaction of consequences that reverberate throughout the community. The genius of soap opera storytelling lies in its ability to weave these threads into an ever-evolving tapestry of suspense, emotion, and intrigue. Next, we will learn about the swirling storm of intrigue, rivalry, and suspense that has gripped Port Charles and kept General Hospital fans glued to their screens. This time, we're diving deep into the tangled web surrounding Ava Jerome, the town's most polarizing figure, and exploring the ever-escalating drama that threatens to change everything for her and those around her. The unyielding devotion of GH fans. Despite the relentless animosity Ava faces within Port Charles, her fanbase remains fiercely protective and passionate. Online forums and social media platforms are ablaze with declarations of loyalty, with viewers adamant that Ava's cunning and charisma make her irreplaceable. Some fans even go so far as to claim that the show would lose its edge without her presence, arguing that her complex morality and unpredictable schemes are what keep the narrative fresh and exciting. This unwavering support has, in many ways, elevated Ava to an almost mythic status among viewers, with heated debates erupting every time her fate hangs in the balance. The digital landscape is filled with memes, fan theories, and impassioned pleas to the writers, all underscoring the unique bond between Ava and her audience. "Ava is too iconic to lose" is a common refrain, and the mere suggestion of her departure sends shockwaves through the community. This dynamic creates a fascinating paradox. While the character is despised and targeted within the show, she is celebrated and defended by those watching from home, highlighting the power of storytelling to elicit strong, even contradictory, emotions. The calculated threats lurking in the shadows. Ava's survival is far from guaranteed, as three formidable adversaries, Christina Corinthos Davis, Alexis Davis, and Sunny Corinthos, each harbor their own motives for wanting her out of the picture. These characters are not mere background players. Their histories with Ava are fraught with betrayal, vengeance, and unresolved tension, making every interaction a potential powder keg. Christina's vendetta is especially volatile. Her previous attempt to harm Ava by tampering with Rick Lansing's brake lines not only failed but also endangered innocent lives, leaving a trail of suspicion and fear in its wake. This incident has become a touchstone for fans, who speculate endlessly about whether Christina's impulsive nature will drive her to try again. The psychological complexity of her hatred, rooted in past grievances and amplified by recent events, adds a layer of unpredictability to the storyline. Alexis, meanwhile, is portrayed as a mother torn between protecting her daughter and upholding her own moral code. Spoilers suggest she might contemplate drastic actions to shield Christina from legal consequences, including the possibility of silencing Ava herself. This raises profound questions about the limits of maternal loyalty and the ethical dilemmas faced by those caught in the crossfire of family injustice. Sunny Corinthos, a character with his own storied history of eliminating threats, looms as a wildcard. His pragmatic approach to problems and willingness to cross lines for the sake of his family make him a constant source of tension. The possibility that he might act preemptively to remove Ava before she can implicate Christina adds yet another layer of suspense to an already combustible situation. Ava's enduring legacy is Port Charles's Queen of Schemes. Ava Jerome's reputation as the town's ultimate schemer is well earned. Her history is a tapestry of bold moves, strategic alliances, and high-stakes gambits that have left both allies and enemies in her wake. From orchestrating elaborate plots to manipulating those around her, Ava's actions have had far-reaching consequences, shaping the destinies of countless characters. Yet, it is precisely this penchant for chaos that has made her a target. The current climate in Port Charles is one of simmering resentment, with many residents eager to see her brought down. Her ability to survive and even thrive in such a hostile environment is a testament to her resourcefulness and resilience. Fans admire her for her wit, her style, and her refusal to be cowed by adversity, often comparing her to legendary soap opera anti-heroes of the past. Ava's journey is also marked by moments of vulnerability and introspection, which serve to humanize her and deepen her appeal. Whether she is grappling with the fallout of her actions or forging unlikely alliances, she remains a character in constant evolution, capable of both great cruelty and unexpected compassion. This duality is what keeps viewers invested, eager to see what she will do next and how she will navigate the ever-shifting landscape of Port Charles. The anatomy of a soap opera power struggle. At its core, the conflict surrounding Ava is emblematic of the broader themes that define General Hospital: loyalty versus betrayal, justice versus revenge, and the blurred lines between heroism and villainy. Each character's motivations are shaped by personal history, family ties, and the relentless pressures of life in a town where secrets rarely stay buried for long. The interplay between Christina, Alexis, and Sunny creates a web of intrigue that is as much about psychology as it is about action. Christina's impulsiveness, Alexis's moral ambiguity, and Sunny's ruthlessness form a triad of danger that keeps Ava and the audience on edge. The writers skillfully weave these threads together, ensuring that every confrontation is charged with emotional and narrative weight. Inventing new elements for analysis, one might imagine that Ava, sensing the walls closing in, begins to cultivate new alliances, perhaps reaching out to unexpected figures in Port Charles for protection. Alternatively, she could embark on a campaign to expose the secrets of her enemies, turning the tables and forcing them to confront their own vulnerabilities. These hypothetical scenarios add depth to the ongoing saga, illustrating the endless possibilities inherent in soap opera storytelling. Fan theories and speculation. What's next for Ava? The uncertainty surrounding Ava's fate has given rise to a proliferation of fan theories, each more elaborate than the last. Some speculate that a shocking twist, a secret twin, a hidden ally, or a dramatic courtroom showdown will save her at the last moment. Others predict that her apparent demise will be a ruse, paving the way for a triumphant return down the line. Detailed analysis of online discussions reveals a community deeply engaged with the narrative, dissecting every clue and debating the merits of various outcomes. The most popular theories often involve intricate conspiracies, with Ava either orchestrating her own escape or being rescued by an unlikely hero. These speculations not only fuel anticipation but also demonstrate the collaborative nature of soap opera fandom, where viewers become active participants in shaping the story's direction. Conclusion: the enduring allure of Port Charles drama. As the saga unfolds, one thing remains clear: Ava Jerome's presence in Port Charles is a catalyst for drama, conflict, and passionate debate. Whether she ultimately prevails or falls victim to the machinations of her enemies, her legacy as a master manipulator and survivor is assured. The intricate dance of alliances and betrayals, the ever-present threat of violence, and the unwavering devotion of her fans ensure that the story of Ava Jerome will remain a central pillar of General Hospital for years to come.